There was a major WWE debut on last night's NXT, plus multiple returns, and the tease of a new star was on NXT last night as well. And a Raw Star is furious after a live TV insult on Monday night. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Loads going off on NXT last night, Jack.
It was crazy. It felt like there were new stories popping off all over the place. I didn't quite know what was going on, but there was a lot of major things happening.
Lots going on, and a lot of new faces popping up, a lot of old faces returning as well. Let's get to the one that loads of people are talking about this morning. The hooded figure that has been following around Schism was revealed last night to be Ava Raine.
That's huge news. That's big news because, of course, Ava Raine is the ring name of Simone Johnson, the daughter of The Rock.
We have to address the elephant up your candy ass. It is the daughter of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Now, I mentioned on Twitter last night that, hey, I put a tweet out with the video on saying the daughter of The Rock doing her first promo. And I did get wronged for it a little bit because the issue that we're going to have is that people are going to be drawing those comparisons.
Yeah, of course they are.
All the way through.
Yeah, but she's The Rock's daughter.
She must be good, leg.
No, I just mean...
It's a diff. Yeah, I get it.
I get your point as well, which is that it's unfair to immediately. She's got huge shoes to fill. She's The Rock's daughter. Like, what can you do? It's the same with Dominic Mysterio. But on a bigger scale, it's The Rock.
It is The Rock's
Literally
daughter.
the biggest star in Hollywood.
But you know what? I know how we always complain about the changing of names of wrestlers, like how we are begging for WWE to rename Bron Breakker Bron Steiner and just embrace that. On this occasion, I think it's all right to not call her Simone Johnson.
If at some point...
Or The Rock's daughter.
When she's in developmental, yes. But at some point, if she shows enough promise and clearly can be quite good, in years to come, they have to use the fact, surely, that she's The Rock's daughter. Not even... She could do the whole heel thing where she rejects that legacy and says, no, I'm better than that. That's fine. But you can't have The Rock's daughter and not reference The Rock eventually. There is a point to be made that, yes, that's unfair on her and she's got a lot to live up to and everything. But I just think it's the Rock.
Yeah.
It's The Rock.
It's the daughter of The Rock.
But I do wish her the best. She seemed quite confident on the mic, I thought.
The love and acceptance that the Schism has given me defies any preconceived notion of who I am supposed to be. This family completes me. I am Ava Raine. It was short. It was concise. I thought it was good.
I liked the look. She had obviously the Schism aren't the most universally beloved gimmick in NXT because they've taken the grizzled young veterans and made them into something that people can just tell that they're not as happy doing. Or at least it seems very much like Mr. Fowler isn't as happy doing this. But she looked the part. She had the creepy contact lens in. I think it worked really well for her, more than it does for the grizzled young veterans. So it's very promising indeed. We'll have to wait and see how she is in the ring.
Okay, and to offer a counterpoint to, because a few people have gone, you're putting her with a Schism, really? To counter that, I mean, you've got someone like Ava Raine, who has been in the Performance Center since February of 2020. She got injured in September, so she took some time away from there. Just sort of found her sea legs again, and has now debuted on TV. Who better to knock around with on a weekly basis than the former grizzled young veterans who are excellent wrestlers?
Right, of course.
And Joe Gacy, who's an excellent mic guy.
Yeah.
So who better to kind of, obviously your dad is there as well, but your dad's very busy. Do you see him on Instagram? He's barely home.
I mean, that confuses me. To be fair, she must really love wrestling because The Rock's child could do whatever they want. They've got no obligation to get a job in wrestling and start on NXT.
But if they love it, if anything, there's more obligation to actually make a point and do it their own way.
Yeah, very interesting.
And not lean into that whole world and go, actually, I want to find my way on my own. And I respect that, we probably said The Rock's name more than we've said Ava Raine in this bit. So I will just say, for balance, Ava Raine, 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 Ava Raine.
Best of luck to Ava Raine because it is a hard position to be in, and hopefully she does really well. I hope she smashes it.
Absolutely. Now, last night there were a couple of returns, weren't there, as well on NXT?
There were several returns. First of all, Elektra Lopez is back. She was in a bit of a weird position because she initially was part of Legado del Fantasma when they all left NXT and went, we're all off in the car, we're going to SmackDown. And they turned up on SmackDown, she wasn't there.
What happened to her? Did we talk about this last week? Did they stop for a sandwich at Weatherby and did she just not get back in?
Yeah, because at first on SmackDown everyone went, she's a bit shorter than Elektra Lopez, not her. It was actually Zelina Vega, the new manager of Legado del Fantasma.
She was just far away.
Yeah. and looked different. But no, it's unfortunately for Elektra, it was the case that she was replaced by Zelina Vega in Legado del Fantasma. But now Elektra Lopez is back in NXT. She returned and attacked Indy Hartwell and Sol Ruka, the recently debuted surfer gimmick woman, after their match, and then declared that she's coming for everyone in NXT. So a strong presentation for her upon her return. Hopefully this leads to quite a prominent position for Elektra Lopez, because I did feel sorry for her. I thought, yeah, fair enough, Zelina Vega's a proven great manager, but Elektra Lopez had a different point to her. She was intimidating. She was an ass kicker. She wasn't more of a mischievous character like Zelina Vega.
Well, maybe in this role, like, she can stand out more prominently as that ass kicker. Certainly like a powerful force on the women's roster in NXT. I hope this works out for her, because I really like Elektra Lopez.
Yeah.
I think she's great. Odyssey Jones rocking up as well.
We haven't seen Odyssey for a while because I believe he had to undergo surgery for a ruptured patella tendon. But he returned to NXT last night in the company, it says here, of several ladies. He was consoling Idris Enofe and Malik Blade after they lost their tag team title shot against Pretty Deadly. Yes, boy! Earlier... Me and Ross are big fans of Pretty Deadly. Earlier in the show. And then Odyssey Jones, Idris and Malik all left together in the truck for a big old night out. He's a bad influence on those hardworking, humble young boys.
Oh, where do you reckon they went? I reckon they went to Spoons.
Well, it became a thing on the podcast for a while that we got someone to send in a map of NXT land, because you've got all these locations in vignettes. Like there's Lake Sad, where they go and feel sad at the lake in the bandstand. There's like the car park. There's an abandoned sort of high street that's never got anyone on it. So I think they probably went to the beach. There's a beach.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah,
that should be a video in itself.
NXT land.
Just a dissection of NXT land.
It's so good.
I want you to talk to us all about scripts.
Citizen
Jack.
Scripts! That's a Future Armor reference, I believe. Have you seen the Citizen Snips bit? Citizen Snip! Anyway, there's a crab supervillain. It's called Citizen Snip. It's very you, actually. I think you'd really like it.
I read today that billions of crabs have just gone missing.
That's not encouraging.
It's not for the crabs.
Could this be the work of NXT's newest
It could
mystery?
be.
Scripts. So we got a strange vignette last night, and I think, you know how there's been recent reports, and we've talked about it on the news, that Triple H is well keen to do more stories like the Fiend one, because it went down so well. Weird, cryptic, spooky stuff with a mystery involved. This could be an example of that. We got a voicemail left on the answer phone of the WWE Performance Center reception. They'd called up, got an answer phone message, and left a weird one with a voice distortion thing, so you can't tell who it is. And Scripts basically said, right, would you like to read it, or shall I read the...
I'll read
The
it.
soliloquy, as Scripts calls it.
Let go of all your pain, washing away your deepest fears. Listen with your eyes, speaking with your ears. Awaken from the pits you call dark. Opening up to my soliloquy is just the start. Watch as I come and leave my mark, as I plan to rip all of NXT apart.
Sincerely, Scripts. This is Scripts with a Y as well, because you saw the... Like they transcribed it on the screen as well, so you could see what was being said.
Danny from the script would be livid.
Now, I'm immediately a big fan of Scripts. They are now my favorite NXT superstar. I want them to do the best that they possibly can, but I have no idea what's going on, and I don't know who it could possibly be. Will it be someone we've not seen for a while, or will it be an entirely new signing?
I like the idea of this being somebody brand spanking new. And somebody very big and imposing and beefy. I'm gonna have to look through the Performance Center roster and go, who is gonna be? Because this, I don't know why. I kind of get like the idea of like a Thanos type energy.
Yeah, I found it genuinely quite foreboding. I was like, whoa, something wicked this way does come. It was really scary.
Something's gonna literally like end NXT as we know it.
It was so scary.
You're right.
No, I'm really. This is great. I'm all in on Scripts.
Look at NXT doing well this week. R-Truth turned up as well.
Yes.
What's up? He thought it was Halloween Havoc, the silly boy.
He really did. He interrupted a promo battle kind of going on between Grayson Waller and the new North American champion, Wes Lee, after he won that ladder match at the weekend. And basically, R-Truth showed up because he thought, he gets everything wrong all the time. He thought that it was Halloween Havoc that night, but it wasn't. Truth. But this is basically leading to a match with Grayson Waller next week, which I assume is going to lead further the story of Grayson Waller more than the story of R-Truth. I think he's there more as to help progress Grayson Waller's story. R-Truth's not the center point here, really.
No, I think this is just. I mean, we got. I think it's from Fightful last week. Fightful Select were saying that they want to keep on the Raw, SmackDown, and Raw, SmackDown crossovers with NXT.
Okay.
So like R-Truth popping up this week and next week is a chance to do that. Again, it's R-Truth who's a veteran who can go down there and sort of get a vibe for who's doing what. I think Grayson Waller is a shoe-in for a call-up at some point.
Yeah.
It's a little test for him there.
think so
Maybe a call-up to Raw where Seth freaking Rollins upset Dana Brooke last night.
This was refreshing, Tom. That might sound like a weird thing to say, but after this whole CM Punk stuff with people going back and looking at a seemingly innocuous Hangman Page promo and trying to work out what on earth he's talking about, this is heat at its old school, most simple form. Someone said something about someone on TV, which everyone can tell what it meant. It meant you're not very good. And then that person's angry and responded.
Yeah.
Can wrestlers keep their disputes as simple as what Rollins and Dana have done here? Oh, I've really spoiled the story. Let's get into it.
Let's get it. Well, Rollins was asked to comment on Austin Theory as the youngest Money in the Bank winner, and Seth Rollins said that Theory, because Kevin Patrick was saying, oh, he could cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase on you, and I didn't think that you could, but apparently now you can.
You can only do it on world titles, I think, Tom.
Well, apparently it's any belt now.
I don't think that's true.
Because Seth Rollins said Theory has a better chance on cashing in on Roman Reigns or Dana Brooke.
Oh, no.
Dana did not take it well.
No, because this quote was then taken from the broadcast and retweeted by Sportskeeda, and then Dana Brooke responded to this retweet saying, talk is cheap. I work my ass off every single day and will not tolerate this S-word anymore. I can promise you I'm the hardest working woman around. Never have I taken off work, always worked through injuries, proved myself multiple times I can fit in any position given and do it with a smile. Now, I think there's two sides to this argument, because you could say on one hand, totally fair play to Dana, like it's a bit of a throwaway line, it doesn't make her look great, and yes, she's not the most visible star, so it's quite easy to overlook all the hard work that she puts in. But on the other hand, was Rollins just saying it? I didn't take it as Rollins going, Dana Brooke's rubbish. I took it as him saying, that's the lowest belt on the totem pole. Like I think whoever's 24/7 title champion at this point, Rollins would have said the same thing.
He would have said, yeah.
I didn't read it as a personal attack on Dana Brooke, but I'm not as close to the situation as she is, obviously, so she probably knows more than I do.
Yeah, I think I get the frustration.
She probably knows more than I do.
I get the frustration from Dana Brooke's
100%.
side of it, who is very good, and everything she just everything she applies to, she does it well. I don't know whether she's having, whether this is leading to something maybe next week. Rollins and Dana Brooke, Sportskeeda at ringside, who knows? We could, if this leads to Dana Brooke in some way getting amongst it randomly, very, very suddenly with this lot, who knows? Why not?
Yeah,
why not? Hope all is well there. Work shoots are difficult to keep track of.
Yes, they are. Although I think that one real.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know who likes anyone anymore. I don't even know if you like me anymore. It's hard to tell.
We all love each other here at Cultaholic, but do you love us as well? Let us know in the... What am I doing?
Let us know in the comment section down below. Dry and high, dry and mighty fine today. Highs of 19. Ed Sheeran on the way. And the latest wrestling news throughout your day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe and I love you. Bye. Travel next.